cool with Roseanne Barr.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. So you know what, Amy, it just, I knew this was going to happen. I even believe I said this a while ago before the reboot.
Yes, we talked about it.
And I said Roseanne is a disaster.
She screws up.
Right.
If she screws up, they have to keep her. That's what you said.
Right. And I said that. I said just exactly what I said. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
All these right-wingers that are so happy that her first show is about Trump, okay? Well, her love of Trump and da-da-da-da-da. And, that's all fine. And the reason, I know everybody's talking about this story, but this story is just, because me and Amy have been talking about Roseanne.
Yeah, and you love the new show,
and
right?
I love her. And, me doing stand-up now, Roseanne, her beginning stand-up, she was one of my idols. One of my stand-up idols back in the day, way before her show, Roseanne. When she just got up there, she was talked about how she lived in a trailer and her kids, and it was hardcore, and I loved it. And, she's mentally ill. Roseanne's got issues. And...
She is.
Right.
Yeah.
And
we've encountered other people in our life that have similar problems.
Right. So the thing about her is, number one, I said to Amy when it first rebooted, I said, you know what? She's going to do something. She's going to screw this up like she has in the past. Like nobody, does everybody forget? Never forget. When she did the national anthem, grabbed her crotch, spit on the ground. Yeah. She made a complete jerk of herself, disrespected disrespected everything, okay? The Republicans couldn't stand her. Okay? What about when she posed for the cover of a German magazine dressed as a Nazi putting gingerbread cookies in the oven?
Not good.
But she did it, 2009. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
She did a whole photo spread of her dressed as a Nazi, and I guess because she's Jewish, but then again, 2009, probably people let that stuff slide. And I feel like her show was over at that point. I'm not sure of the dates. That was just her trying to hang on.
It was way over by then.
And her show, I think a lot of her show falling apart was because she married Tom Arnold, and she started to come undone. She was very difficult to work with. They had a lot of trouble wrangling her in on the set, keeping her to keep her mouth shut. Let's face it, she's a little cuckoo. So, my thought when that first show rebooted, I was saying, I hope she has enough publicists and the networks know enough to keep her under control, which means do not give her social media. Anything she tweets or posts should have gone through someone.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, there's so many famous people that we are not even aware of that have to be handled.
Yes. Yes.
Because they can't keep it together. And I've got to be honest, if I was famous, I probably would tell my publicist, listen.
Yes, because you take Ambien.
Right. Well, not even like Ambien doesn't cause me to be racist, but I tend to shoot my mouth off.
It causes you a spending problem.
Right. But I do shoot my mouth off. And I know, I try to stay politically correct. I do. And you know what I mean? For my own being, and I'm pulling in $21 million an episode in just advertising, I would tell someone, listen, you need to keep a check on me. I should not be allowed to post on my social media without going through you. I would say that.
Yes, I would too.
Yeah. Because I don't want one stupid mistake blowing.
Everyone definitely has weak moments. And, everyone definitely has weak moments. And I'm not, what she said was, pretty inexcusable. But everyone does have weak moments to make a joke
they just say stupid crap.
Right. Because I know she's not really racist.
But don't get me wrong. I think she is.
You think she is?
Oh, absolutely. She's had a history of this in the past, but people forget.
But I think she thinks these jokes are funny, but all right, so maybe she really is at the root, but I don't think she's aware of it. I think she's unaware of it if she is.
Here's the thing. She called that woman, said that woman looked like a monkey. The woman, honestly, I don't know what nationality she is. She almost looked Chinese to me or Asian. I don't know.
She said if she called. I don't know the exact quote, and we probably should if we're talking about it. But she said basically, if an Islamic fundamentalist screwed Planet of the Apes, the movie.
Okay.
She meant the movie. It would look like that lady.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was a lot more. Also, yeah. But I find more offensive her second tweet where she called that Holocaust survivor a Nazi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, you know what, she called someone, if it would have been like, oh, she looks like an ape.
It's like you said, though, she definitely has, you know, some mental illness issues, and I think it's being pronounced as she gets older. And, yeah, I mean,
I just feel terrible for everybody that works for her, that works for her. I mean, we're talking, that's over 100 people that lost their job. That doesn't include the actors. And I mean, honestly, John Goodman, he doesn't need that show. He's got his own career. Right. Jackie is an Emmy, or no, an Oscar winner now, right? She won the Academy Award. The kids, you know, little DJ, yeah, that was a big deal for him to come back. The other Sarah,
Michael Fishman,
you know, the one with the dark curly hair. What's her name?
I don't know, because I didn't really watch. I don't remember it.
She's on The View, the other one.
Yeah. Sarah Gilbert.
The Talk. Yes, she's doing fine, and she also, I believe, she directs and produces a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
But all those, I mean, the cameramen, everyone, the editors, the writers, everybody lost their job. But the funny thing was, people are saying, oh, NBC, they let The View stay on, da-da-da. Whoopi Goldberg isn't calling somebody from the Republican Party a Nazi. I mean, it's not. But
so here's the thing also, like, there's a difference between, to me, bad racial jokes, and bad political jokes, quote.
Right.
Because politics is something that you choose. It's not something that you're born with. So you're not, you can't really compare the two. Like, if someone's making fun of somebody's politics, that's not nearly as hurtful as making making fun of somebody's race and appearance.
Right.
Because that's something they're inherently born with. So they can't really compare the two.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
But yeah, I mean, I'm in no means trying to defend Roseanne. I had said in the beginning, she's going to go off the handle. She needs, you know what I mean? I knew this was coming because she's done this stuff in the past.
Yeah. And, you know, also, to be fair, like, on the other side of the coin, my friend Mandy, whose house I'm at right now, she's very much in support of Roseanne, and we had a big
I mean, okay, so here's my thing. Like, what are they supporting? Her right to call a Holocaust survivor a Nazi?
No, my friend disagrees with and does not like what Roseanne said, but she wants her to be able to keep her show.
Okay, here's number one. People that work on the show were calling and quitting.
Right.
Before they were just because they. Number two, they were going to lose all their advertising for this.
Right. It's Disney. You know,
it's falling. It was going to fall apart, whether they kept them on or not.
Yes, you're dealing with ABC or Disney. Had she been on, like, Fox or some other network, they might have been able to hold it together. But when you're dealing with Disney's company, you're not going to get away with something like this. That's all there is to it.
Right.
Also, to be fair, you know, I want to go on the record and say, like, when Kathy Griffin did do her political shenanigans with,
it was a picture. It was a picture.
Well, whatever she did with, like, the head and, like, all that stuff, I also was against that, even though, you know, I can't stand, you know, obviously can't stand
What about Trump. All the pictures when Obama was president where they had him in a noose hanging from a tree?
I know.
Calling
like,
Michelle, they all called Michelle a monkey.
I know that, but, like, two wrongs don't make it right, and I thought Kathy did deserve what was coming to her at that time, and I think Roseanne deserves what's coming to her, too. You know, everyone's like, oh, you know, it's ruining her career, and she doesn't deserve to have her career ruined. Well, you know what? She deserves for this to happen, and if she can she at least needs a timeout and to reassess, like, you know, the power, like, you know, what her actions cause.
But she doesn't care. She even came right out on Twitter. She said, I don't care about it. She's so selfish. Didn't care about anybody that works for her. She's really is crazy.
She said that?
Oh, yeah. She started tweeting. She tweeted back to Sarah, what's her name?
Gilbert?
Yeah. Was that her name?
Yeah, Sarah Gilbert is the dark.
Yeah. She tweeted to her, like, cause Sarah tweeted, I don't believe in anything Roseanne said. I want to, like, remove myself from that tweet. It's got, you know what I mean? And Roseanne tweeted her back and said, really? Wow. Like, how dare, you know what I mean? Then DJ, the little boy, he's now a man, got on there and said, I don't. And she reamed him on Twitter and said, you'd be nothing if it wasn't for me, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
really
so she's completely, like, bonkers. She's going, she's going off the deep end.
Beep.
Yeah, I'll have to edit that out. But yeah, so she's going off the deep end, you know? Yeah. And still, after this, she has nobody, like, stopping her. But here's my thing. Like, why did the Republicans, like, embrace her when she has been the most disrespectful person to their national anthem, to their flag. And now, why do they embrace her? Because that one little show where she was a Trump supporter for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I
and then
can't answer
why
that.
would you try to defend a race? I mean, I just think it's really sad that they are. But because, Trump said Roseanne's being treated unfairly,
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing has just really become ridiculous. I feel bad for everybody who worked on the show. I'm a huge Roseanne fan, but I knew she wasn't. She just wasn't right. And and now that I'm in
I don't know. I'm worried about you and your Ambien now. If you're going to wake up and be part of a KKK meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what if you wake up and you're wearing a white hood? What are we going to do with you?
I'm sorry. Here it is. I got it in my notes. Yeah, she tweeted that her castmates threw her under the bus.
I do. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
I did see that.
She said that. And I was laughing because Ambien, the pharmaceutical company that makes it, did put out a statement, and it said, racism is not a side effect. It's a pre-existing condition. So you did not catch racism from our Ambien.
No, you didn't.
No. I don't think there's enough Ambien in the world for me to take and then go on Facebook and say, talk about the Nazis or, in a positive way.
You have to have some pre-existing.
That's just not going to happen. Maybe I'll come up with some better jokes, but they won't be,
Yeah.
But anyway, another quick story about that is also now there's a grassroots campaign. They want a show to come out called The Connor Family. They want to reboot without Roseanne.
That.
Right.
I did see that, and I also saw one called Jackie that they wanted.
Oh, yes, but, the problem is Roseanne owns all that, whatever, without her, they want to do one without her.
Does she own all the rights to the show? Or
I think so. I think that's way not going to happen. Like, you're right, because, everyone said, let's face it, we only really watched it for Jackie, so she should have her own show.
Yeah.
But they want to do one called, without Roseanne. So, of course, all the jokes are coming out that Roseanne should die of an Ambien overdose and just not be on the show. Have her die on the show of an Ambien overdose and just be gone.
Yeah.
I gotta ring the bell for Roseanne.
The only way she could turn it around is if she really, goes out in the community and tries to make this better.
It never happened.
I don't think she's going to do that.
No, because she doesn't care. She's had
chances to do that.
She'll just go back to Hawaii, live on her little magnolia. What do you call that? Macadamia nut farm. She smokes a lot of weed.
She literally lives on a nut farm.
Yep, she lives on a nut farm, and she harvests these nuts. She smokes a lot of weed, and she's still my hero. Just don't believe that, her racist, I just... And, I really feel like a lot of that show has become more of the writers. I'm not sure how much of the comedy Roseanne has really written for the new show. I mean, I don't want to take it away from her. Because I do think you know, a lot of her comedy was good. But man, the writing on that new show was so strong. It really was. And I'm sad to see it go. And honestly, even without her, it'd be hysterical.